Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Sarah and today I'm going to be doing a reading for the Gemini personality coming up on Monday the 15th of April for the week ahead. So looking at the general themes and energies of the week ahead, potential challenges that could be coming up, some good parts that are coming up and how to navigate these energies as well. So I've already pulled the cards. I'm going to be using the Aleister Crowley Thoth deck. I love this deck so much, so I use it all the time. And I'm going to start with the general themes that are coming up for the Gemini personality for this week ahead. So without further ado, let's start with the first card. So first off, we've got Seven of Cups, Debauch. So having a look, seeing what comes through to you intuitively. And I always say, whenever I'm doing readings, take what resonates, leave the rest. It is obviously a general reading for Gemini, so things are going to show up differently for everybody. So take what resonates. Okay, and then we've got the Eight of Wands, Swiftness. I will say this card has come up in every reading so far. It's coming up a lot. And then we've got Queen of Swords energy. Okay, so let's start with the first one, Seven of Cups. Okay, so not the prettiest card. So we've got here the Venus in Scorpio card. So you've got Scorpio glyph there, got the Venus glyph there. And Venus in Scorpio, not in its strongest place, okay? So to me, straight away what's jumping out is that there might be a feeling here of not being that motivated, okay? So if you look at the card, like all the cups that are, the stuff that's coming out of the cups is like green sludge and it's just a bit like you know, not very pretty and not very fruitful. So it feels like maybe like there is a feeling of like, oh, I just can't really be bothered. And also it could manifest as well in traditional tarot. This comes out as like being sort of overwhelmed by choices and then not making any decisions and feeling a bit like, if you've ever heard the term analysis paralysis, like that's very much what Seven of Cups usually speaks to, where it's like, I don't know what decision to make and then not acting on things. So it can be, I don't like to use the word lazy because I feel like it's just a bit judgmental, but this feeling of just like, I don't want to move forward, and like it's either because you're just not very driven right now, or that maybe you have too many things and it's hard to make a decision, so you just don't act on anything. So there could be a little bit of that energy this week coming up. But then we've also got a rather contrasting card, which is Eight of Wands, Swiftness. So to me it feels like maybe energetically things are moving quite quickly, but you're feeling a bit like it's hard to keep up with the pace or something. Like it feels like maybe you're a little bit fried, because this card, or to me, always feels like it's a little bit frantic. So yeah, it feels like there's maybe a kind of like frantic energy, and that's like actually making it hard to take action in some way. I think there's more to come from that, but we'll see. Okay, and then we've got Queen of Swords. So to me, it feels very much like there's going to be a need here to use our logic and discernment to make some decisions, which might be quite hard because we've got the Seven of Cups, but there's going to be a need to like assess things, have a look at things, and like get rid of stuff that's like not working, and to sort of maybe clear the plate a little bit. Like if it feels like there's lots going on, there's going to be like a need to sort of like clarify some things. So the Queen of Swords is going to be here to help us to make some more decisions, even though it might feel like hard to do that, if that makes sense. Again, it feels like there's more coming out with this. All right. So then I asked the cards, what are the potential challenges for the Gemini personality? And the card we got here is Ace of Wands. So because the question is a challenge question, it does very much speak to what we've just been talking about here of like, it might, because Wands is about like taking action, drive, ambition, like it's very phallic, it's very fiery, it's very let's go. It might feel quite hard to be driven this week. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Like sometimes I think it's okay, like especially if you have had a lot of like going forth energy, like maybe it's okay to just sort of relax a little bit. Like it does feel like there might need to be a little bit of breathing room for Geminis, like to just sort of slow down a little bit. But yeah, it might feel like maybe you feel like you should be moving forward, but it's going to be like hard to do so. And it's also unsurprising because we've got Mercury in retrograde as well, which is very much about slowing things down, reviewing. Queen of Swords, so like review our situation, reassess. Mercury retrograde is very much all the rewords, reevaluate, realign, like, so, but using our logic to do this, like using our intellect to do this, looking at things on a kind of like logical level, like actually like getting a map out, you know, like a plan, and just being like, right, what's working, what isn't, and that kind of thing. Then I asked the cards, what is the best part of the week? So what's something to look forward to? And here we've got Queen of Cups. So I feel like with this being like something to look forward to, the Queen of Cups is a very intuitive card. Like she is very intuitive. She's very imaginative and quite creative in terms of like artistic. So there could be something here about it might be really easy to tap into our intuition more, to actually be able to help us like through some of this like energy, and like to maybe channel some of our energy into artistic creative pursuits potentially, or to just be able to allow ourselves to kind of dream. So the best part might be that you actually can go into a kind of more dreamy sort of state, if that makes sense. Instead of having to be like driven and taking action and going forwards, we might be able to actually dream and just sort of allow ourselves to escape a little bit and enjoy that and have fun with that, if that makes sense. And then the next question I asked was, what is the guidance for Geminis? And here we've got 9 of Discs, Gain. I'm just going to let you look at that for a little while because this card is such a gorgeous card. I love this card. In fact, I love it so much that it's the the background on my phone is this card. So I'm like constantly subconsciously bringing this card in. So with it being a guidance question, it feels like remember that we have a lot to gain. Like it feels like there could be potential here for some like material success. So Discs rules the material world, it rules the 3D world, the earthly pleasures, like, or just earthly stuff, right? So the home, the physical home, money, career, finance, like things that happen in the real world. And 9 of Discs is like where we've got to a point where we have achieved a certain amount of success in the material world. So maybe there's something here that you might be getting some money coming in even, or it could be that there's something that's happening in your physical world that's like happened and it's materialized. So like it's something about just like remembering, and like with it being a Venus card, it's like feels to me like just enjoying the bounty and the pleasure that is already here. Like it feels like that's very much what the card is asking us to do, as it's a guidance question. So to sort of summarize that, it feels like it's quite a mixed reading, to be honest. We've got Queen of Swords and we've got Queen of Cups, so there's sort of like duality there of like heart, Queen of Cups, logic, mind, Queen of Swords. So there's a sort of like a need for both. And then, yeah, like it does feel like there's something about having to balance the head and the heart here around next week, and like going inward to sort of like discern what is our heart wants, and then also if we can actually back that up, like does it make sense in the real world to do that? Yes, there is this energy of like swiftness, which again it's showing up in all the readings. I do think there's something here about people wanting to like move quickly, but like being difficult to do so because we've got this Mercury retrograde, and you might be feeling a little bit more like, I just want to relax a bit, and like I don't want to drive and push forward right now. And I feel like maybe that's just like totally okay. Like honestly, just that's fine. And it feels like sort of temporary anyway. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull from the Starseed Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell for some more guidance for the Gemini personality for the week ahead in April, Monday the 15th of April. Week ahead, please, for Gemini. Ooh, interesting. Okay, one more card, please. Oh, there we go. Okay, so first card that came out. Forge, don't follow. Pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. Interesting. God, what a gorgeous card. Have a look at that. Stunning. I love all the purples and the green. Oof, yeah, lovely. So this is making me really think, like mentioned here, we've got two queens here. But look how blue they are as well. Like it's very like leading with feminine power. There's something here. And like if you look at the image on this card as well, it's a very feminine card, right? She's got this gorgeous dress on and there's all this beautiful colours, and it feels to me like it's not this kind of pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. So often when we think of leaders, I feel like we think of powerful sort of men, and no disrespect, I have no issue with that. But it's like being the leader you wish you had might be being more in your sort of feminine leadership as opposed to masculine leadership, and what that looks like, and like being nourished by like your sort of feminine energy. Like, because there is a lot of Venus coming out here. We've got a Venus card here. We've got a Venus card here. This Queen of Cups, even though it isn't a Venus card, like to me, I've been using these cards a long time, like has a sort of feeling of Venus to me because of the blues and the greens. So there's something about stepping into your feminine leadership, which isn't necessarily this very pushing kind of energy. It's more about attracting and more about like aligning, and like like I don't know, it just feels okay. There's there's a lot to say about that, but it does feel like leading with more Venus feminine energy is what we're being asked to do here as Geminis. And then we've got, for our other card, the Golden Children. Inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. Oh, lovely. And the thing that's jumping out the most to me actually is that interestingly, we've got, to me, what looks like Mars at the background here. Dark, Mars, powerful, but then there's this portal here that we're being asked to go into. You can see all of these children kind of going towards this portal, away from all of this masculine energy, actually, is what it very much feels like. And with it saying rare gifts, it's like, there's something about like we're meant to share gifts that have maybe been kept behind closed doors or something. Again, like I'm thinking about the feminine, like the feminine has been sort of exiled for a long time, and we're like now trying to bring it into this this time, this dimension, like we're supposed to bring this forth. Very interesting. And then I actually got another card that jumped out. Whale and Orca Elders. Share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. And again, like it feels very much about like this sort of leadership, like sharing your voice, speaking up, Singing feels quite sort of, again, it's not feminine, but it feels like that. There's a sort of sense here of like diving deep as well with the Queen of Cups here, going deep into our intuition. Yeah, feminine leadership. And it's okay if you don't want to drive forward and power forward too much. Like, it's really what I'm getting the sense of here. Like, maybe it feels like you think you should be doing it that way, but that's not the feminine way. And that's really very much what the message is for this week ahead. So that feels like quite a specific message. So maybe it's for some of you and maybe it's not for everybody. But take what resonates, leave the rest. And thank you so much for watching that. I hope that was helpful and informative. If you have liked this video, feel free to like, comment, let me know what you think. Also, let me know what kind of content you like and what I can make going forward. And we're always really open to suggestions. And if you want more of this content going forward, please feel free to click subscribe and I'll be sharing more and more content like this. So once again, thank you for your time and energy, and I will speak to you all later. Bye.